Hey everybody, this is Alvin Brown, CEO and founder of the Center for Healing and Peak Performance and Integrated Peak Performance Services. I'm also the author of Journey to Personal Greatness, Mind, Body, and Soul. Available at all your major bookstores, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and Amazon in the US, and in Canada, Chapters Indigo. I'm also the creator of the Journey to Personal Greatness Journal. I am a big advocate, as many of you know, and you're gonna know this because I'm gonna tell you it every time. Did you get your journal yet? Journal, it is the key. Whatever you're struggling with, if you put it in here, in your journal, this journal, any journal, and look back at it, I'm telling you, it'll be magic. You'll figure out so many things, that the ideas will come to you and the solutions will come to you, and you'll just release yourself from the bondage of that problem you're going through. So journal, talk to yourself. You know what's up and you know how to fix it, so do it. All right, so this is short and sweet. This is Monday Mindset. This is a little checkup from your neck up. These are tips and strategies I want to give you to control your mind, your mental and emotional game. And so today the topic is think different. And our key points, Steve Jobs and Apple, you are unique, and what is your song? Also the action steps. Never want to leave you without a little action. Take inventory, do it differently, and leave your mark. All right, so let's start with the first one, Steve Jobs. This idea of think differently and thinking different comes from Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, as many of you know, was a genius at thinking differently. He challenged the people around him, and it's controversial what the mark he left, but the one thing that can be said about him was he changed the game. He changed the game from an MP3 player to the iPod, and he just kept thinking different. He went over to the Pixar and changed that game, and then changed the way we watch cartoons and movies now, and brought that back to the Apple, and he insisted that the Apple product, I'm a big fan of Apple, he insisted that they do it differently, and that's why they've taken over the market in such a big way, even though there were some bigger players there at the time when he took it over. So think differently, and that's something I'm going to challenge you to, because sometimes we gotta check ourselves. We tend to do things over and over in the same way. Groundhog's Day, just keep living the same life. There's a great quote, if I remember it correctly, paraphrase here, it says, there's no use calling it a life if you live the same day over and over for 75 years, 60 years, or whatever it is, and call it a life. You gotta jazz it up, do something different, think differently, change your paradigm, shift. Anything you're doing now that you're not happy with, could you do it a different way? Could you hire a coach to help you find it if you can't find it? Could you be courageous enough to take that step and do it a different way? All right, so here's number 2, you are unique. 7.3 billion, I think that was the last count of people on this planet. Every single one of us can do something just that in our own little way and just that much different. It's amazing that we go and we learn. I think it comes from the industrial age, when again we learn to conform and to go to work 9 to 5, sit in our desk. From it started when we were in school. We sat in our desk and we had our recess at the same time, and we walked this side of the hallway, that side of the hallway, and we just learned to pattern ourselves, and then we start to think in a box, and we have such an amazing brain to think differently, but if you don't use it, you lose it. Just like any other muscle, if you don't use it, you lose it. So challenge yourself to think differently, because you are unique. You have something. Everyone has something, a little flavor, so many ideas. It's unbelievable. Think differently. All right, so next one, number 3. What is your song? What is your special song that you want to leave on this world? You don't die with your music in you. That one was from Dr. Wayne Dyer. He passed away not too long ago, but he left a mark on this world. He left a legacy. Don't die with your music. You have something in you. Don't conform so much. I mean, there is some conformation that we must do, like driving on this side of the road versus that one. I don't tell you to go crazy, but in your own life and to sing your own song, maybe you need to go crazy and just do it. Like the Nike says, just do it. Just let it out there. What's your song? What's your special signature on this world that you, especially any of my viewers who are in their 20s and just starting out, what is your flavor? How can you flavor it? And this goes for anybody. I mean, you can reinvent yourself at 80 years old. It doesn't even matter. It's never too late to sing your song and leave it on to the world. All right, action steps. So let's take some action. Take inventory. Journal. Step back. Look at your journal. Take inventory of what you're doing now, what you're not happy with. Any job that you're doing, any task that you're doing, anything that you're in that you're not happy with. Take inventory. Think differently. How can you do it different? Do you have to go this same route? Do you have to do it this way? Is it a must? Or can you, even if you're working in a company and it's been done that way for 20, 30 years, can you sit down with the powers that be and suggest a different way to do it? Can you change the game? And if they're not listening, somebody will. Do it differently. I'm going to challenge you to do that. Take inventory on what you're not happy with and what you see is missing in that thing that you're not happy with that you could do differently. Take inventory. Journal. All right, do it differently. Yeah, after you take your inventory, how can you change the game? Just tweak it a little bit, or if you're able to tweak it a lot, turn it right around. The people that work with me at my clinic that I own, the company that I own, I drive them crazy. Absolutely crazy. I must drive my clients crazy too, because I'm constantly reiterating and changing the game. And my goal is to make it better. It's not like I quit and now I am off traveling the world or painting now. I'm not interested in this, but I'm taking what I do and I'm enhancing it. How can I make it better? How can I make what I do better and bring them a better service? And that is my goal. So think differently. I'm challenging you. You are unique. Leave your mark. Don't die with your music in you. We go back to that again. When you're on your deathbed, 80 years from now, 90 years from now, when you're on your deathbed, when you look back, you will never regret the things you attempted. What you will regret is the things you knew you should do, but you didn't take the chance and do them. So take action. Do it differently. Okay, number 3, leave your mark. Leave your mark. I'm out here promoting my books, I'm writing another book as we speak. I'm in the midst of writing another book because you know what? At the end of the day, if something happens to me down the road, I've left a mark with at least 1 or 2 or 20 or 30 or 2,000. It doesn't matter. I'm going to leave a mark before I go. And I challenge you to leave your mark. Think differently. So that's a theme. Hope I got to you. Hope it got in your head. And I hope you hear me in there all day long. Think differently. How can you do it? Even in your relationships at home with your partner and your kids or whatever. Can you do it differently to spice it up? I'm going to challenge you. Everything in your life. If you don't like what you're doing, think differently and put some spice in. All right? So that is it. Short and sweet, Monday mindset. I hope I change your mindset. I hope I shift your paradigm to think differently. Like Steve Jobs, God bless his soul, think differently. All right, this is Alvin Brown. Visit our website, tchup.com, journeypersonalgreatness.com. We have some resources that we'll put on the website for you about this and all our videos that we do going forward. There's some resources, some workbooks that if you want to do the work, and I suggest you do, I want to add value. Again, I'm thinking differently. I used to just do the videos, but I thought, how can I add value? So now I have a resources page with the books I read that's changed my life, and some resources from these videos that you can download and do the work. And we're offering online courses coming up so I can reach more people, group coaching, private coaching. Watch for those. Get on our email list, sign up to our website, get our free download of our ebook. It's a starter guide, Journey to Personal Greatness starter guide. And also subscribe to our YouTube page so you can know when you get the notification when we release our videos. All right, until next time, be relentless, tireless, courageous enough to go after your personal greatness, what brings you joy. Take care until next time.